Hey guys, so I'm here with my book haul / in my mailbox for November. I think I've got about 22 books to show you, maybe something along those lines, so I'll try not to drag it out for you as much as possible, plus a couple of things to show you that aren't books but are book related, and I'm really excited to show you. So I'll start off with the things that aren't books. The first one, if you follow me on Instagram, you'll have already seen, and you might have actually already seen a couple of these if you follow me on Instagram. But that's a Jamie Fraser Funko Pop, and you guys know how much I love Outlander. I talk about Outlander all the time, and I was so excited to get the little Jamie Fraser Funko Pop. This is the only one from Outlander that I currently have. I would like all of them, but this is the one that I wanted the most, the one that I needed to have, and so I was checking every day for when they were going to come in stock, and I finally got it. I'm just in love. I'm really tempted to keep him in the box because I want to keep him all precious and lovely forever, but I feel like he should go on my shelf with my Outlander books, which is just up here where you can see the Sigamajigs. I feel like he should go there. But yeah, I love him. I think he's adorable. And I've got a little bit of an Outlander obsession, in all honesty. And the next thing I have is also Outlander related, and this arrived and I had no idea what it was. It's like, and it came from Spain, so I was just like, who do I know in Spain? I don't know anybody in Spain. And I opened it, and inside were these, and they are Jamie Fraser and Claire Randall, characters from Outlander, and they're little magnetic bookmarks, and they are adorable. And these were a gift from my very good friend, or we call each other bookish besties, Ryan at Ryan Reads Books. He gifted these to me, and he didn't tell me he was doing it, so it's what we call ninja mail, when we send something to each other that we don't know that the other person is sending. We do it often enough now that it has its own name. It's ninja mail. But yeah, I absolutely love these, and I don't know if I want to use them because they're just so nice that I don't want to ruin them. I literally just love them. They are so cute. They are literally like Funko Pops, but bookmarks. I love them. I love them to pieces. So thank you so much, Ryan. I have already thanked him, just so we know. Like, I've already spoken to him and thanked him, obviously. But literally in love with those. I just love. Right, on to books, and on to the books that I've very kindly received for review this month. I've received some really good ones. The first one is from Quirk, and that's Library of Souls by Ransom Riggs. I'm really terrible. I haven't read Hollow City yet, because I liked Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children, but it took me a really long time to read. So in the back of my mind, I'm just like, Hollow City, I've got to set aside like 2 weeks to read that. And there's always something I want to read more. But I'm hoping that having Library of Souls will sort of push me to pick up Hollow City quicker. And I love Under the Dust Jacket for this one. It's brilliant. Yeah, thank you to Quirk for that. This one is out now. The whole of BookTube knows that this is out now. And it came out on the 22nd of September. I did receive it either on or around release day, but obviously I haven't had a chance to read it since then. So there's that one. Next one that I received is from Headline, and that's The Letter by Catherine Hughes. This one has a lot of hype surrounding it because apparently it was an ebook or a self-published book, and it just became best-selling, so a publisher has picked it up. It's in the actual beginning of this book. This is what sort of makes me think it's going to be amazing. Is it has 4 pages of sort of quoted reviews and praise. That's quite a lot to have in there, to have 4 pages dedicated to quotes. So I'm quite interested in this one. And it says, in one woman's past lies another woman's future. And it sounds really, really intriguing. I'm thinking I'm going to like this one, or I might have to pick it up soon. And it came out on the 8th of October. Excited for that one. Then I received a book from Pyakus, and this was quite a surprise. I wasn't expecting it, and it was an arc of Stars of Fortune by Nora Roberts. If you've followed my channel for any length of time, you'll know that I collect Nora Roberts books, so I'm always picking up her books, and so when this was sent to me, I was really excited. And then literally a couple of days later, I don't even think it was a week later, They sent the finished copy. So I don't really know why they sent out these, because no one had a chance to read this before this arrived. It arrived within a few days of each other. The hardback is beautiful. And it's the first book in a new trilogy by her, and it's another sort of one of her magical books. And this one comes out on the 5th of November, so by the time you see this, it'll probably already be out. It sounds really, really interesting. I don't know if her magical books are my favourites by her. I tend to just like her standard contemporary stuff, but as this is a new one, a new trilogy, I'm definitely going to be checking that out. I'll probably be gifting this away. Yes, but yeah, the covers for this one is really, really cute. I really, really like it. And then the next one that I received for review was from John Murray, and that's The Loney by Andrew Michael Hurley. This is another one that's supposed to be a little bit of a phenomenon. Apparently it was published a little while ago. I think it only had something like 300 or 500 copies printed. Where did it say? I was reading up on this. It sunk in, as you can tell. Yeah, it was originally published by Tartarus Press. And it's gone from only having 300 copies printed to now being published by John Murray, Britain's oldest publisher, and to having Stephen King call it an amazing piece of fiction. So it's kind of a rags to riches book. It started off quite low down, and now it's really popular. And it's supposed to be really gothic, a really gothic story. I'm thinking this would be a good one for October. As I'm recording this, it is still October, so I might be able to sneak this one in. But I'm not sure. It sounds like a little bit of a surreal novel, a little bit of a surrealist novel as well. But like I say, when I've been going into Waterstones, this has always been on display. So we shall see. Okay, on to the books that I've bought, and there are a few of them. So let's get this show on the road. First book is from The Works, and I was just I've told you guys before, where I work is quite near a works, so I pass it nearly every day if I decide to walk that way. And I've been after this for a little while, and when I saw it was in there, I grabbed it. And it's the colouring book Anamorphia, and this is by Kirby Rossans. I've had my eye on this colouring book for a little while. You've probably already seen I have started to upload colouring videos. I don't speak in them, it is literally just all colouring. And I thought that this one would be a really good one to do. I love that it's got these animals, like are really quite realistic. And then you have sort of like doodles, so the animal is then made up of sort of really, really random things. And I just thought it would be a really interesting one to colour. It's a little bit different. Like you have this realistic owl, but then in it you also have these little sort of quirky animals. And it was only $4.99 in there. So I grabbed it, and Charlie from Duvet Day Devours actually originally brought this one to my attention, and I've been after it ever since. So I was stoked to pick that one up. Then a book that you've probably already seen everyone haul, but because the way I record my videos, it means that I'm not going to be able to show it until now. And that is the illustrated edition of Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. I had this on pre-order since April, when I won sort of a blogger award, well not an award, a reward for taking part in a tour, my post sort of whatever, and I was awarded sort of an Amazon gift certificate, and I pre-ordered this, so I've had this on pre-order since April, and it is absolutely beautiful. I have no idea where I'm going to put it because it's huge, but it's so beautiful. If you've been umming and ahhing about whether to pick this one up, definitely pick it up. When I originally pre-ordered it, it was for £30, and it came down in the end to £15. So yeah, love it. And the supermarkets are selling it. I have seen it in Tesco's. Just so you know. Okay, oh that was a thud. Then one that I ordered was A Double-Edged Blade by Julie Moffat. There we go. This is sort of a historical time travel romance. I bought this used on Amazon, but it has not been read. And I bought this one because I remember a really long time ago taking this book out at the library and absolutely falling in love with it. It's an absolutely cheesy historical romance that you either love or you despise. But I remember really enjoying it, and it stuck in my mind, and I've wanted to own a copy for a really long time. So I finally managed to track down a copy, and then when it arrived, it had this little sticker that said autographed by author, and get there eventually. Come on, I saw it earlier. It's here somewhere. There we go. So yeah, this has seriously not been read. It couldn't be in better condition for like a mass market paperback. So yeah, really stoked to own this. And by the time you see this haul, I will probably have already reread it. And I just hope that when I reread it, I loved it as much as I remember loving it. So there's that one. Then a book that I got in Waterstones, and that's The Rest of Us Just Live Here by Patrick Ness. This is the exclusive edition to Waterstones. It has the yellowed pages. And it's signed by Patrick Ness. So yeah, I really wanted to grab this edition. Haven't read it yet, but I'm very interested in doing so. Then I ordered The Dead House by Dawn Kurtigish, and I really wanted the US hardcover edition because it's so beautiful in its eeriness. I just absolutely love this. It's beautiful. And then underneath you have the cover that is the UK cover. Then it becomes a turtleback. So yeah, by the time you see this, I'm hoping to get to read this in my sort of October Halloween themed reads. But I don't know if I will. And obviously I haven't been able to haul it yet, so but yeah, this cover is beautiful, and I've heard a lot of things about this one. Then another one that I ordered used, and that's Arabella by Georgette Eyre. And I ordered this one because when I was at the Walker blogger event, I was talking with, oh god, I've completely blanked on her name. Oh god, I have actually, Alison Goodman. About Regency and how much I love the Regency, and we were talking for a really long time. And she said, "Oh, have you read Georgette Eyre?" And I said, "Actually, it's one of the authors that wrote Regency that I haven't read." And she was recommending a few titles to me, and so I picked one up used. And this one is in really good condition. You can barely tell that it's been read. I'd be very surprised actually if it has been read. So yeah, there's that one. Then oops, I'm knocking things all over the place. Another one that I picked up because of the Walker blogger event, and that's Coo Coo in the Nest by Nat Letsurma. She was really funny. If you haven't checked it out already, I did upload a vlog of that day, and I have a clip of her reading from her newest book, which is out next year. But this is her first book, and it's all about her having to move back home. She's been outpriced living in London, and she's gone back home. And it used to be a blog, and then it got turned into a book, much like Hyperbole and a Half. It's now been put into this book, and she was just so funny that I cannot wait to read this, because obviously, whereas the book that she was reading from at the event was fiction, this is very much her and her life, and she was so funny that I think this is going to be a great read. Can't wait to read that. Then I picked up 3 books from Amazon's 3 paperbacks for £10 deal. I don't very often pick up 3 books from their sort of deal, but I think I'm going to have to check it out more often because it was amazing. They did have 3 books that I wanted for £10. So the first one that I picked up was Margaret McPhee's latest one, and that's The Lost Gentleman. Margaret McPhee is probably my favourite Regency romance author. I absolutely love her. 2 of my favourite Regency books ever are by her. So yeah, I always like to pick up her latest ones. Even though I haven't read all of her books yet, I have read the majority of them, and I do have them all sitting on my shelf. So yep, she's one I collect. Then I picked up Do Not Disturb by A.R. Torre. This is the sequel to The Girl in 6E. I read The Girl in The Girl in 6E in October and absolutely loved it. I can't believe it took me so long to read it, but I am glad that I read it in October because I think it really fitted for October. So I'm really interested to see what happens in the sequel because I loved the first one. So I'm really excited to have picked that one up. And then the last book that I picked up in their 3 for £10 deal was Me Before You by Jojo Moyes. I keep hearing a lot about this book. I actually saw Grace with a Book in Her Face, talk about this, and the way she talked about it made me want to read it, made me have to read it. I've never read anything by Jojo Moyes. God, I cannot speak. I actually have a couple of days off work, and I you couldn't tell, I'm actually like half dead over here. No, the way that she spoke about it made me want to read it, so I had to pick it up. And when it was in that 3 for £10 deal, I knew I had to pick it up. Then when I was in the supermarket, they had the sequel, which is After You by Jojo Miles. Why do I keep saying Miles? It's Moyes. Moyes. Jesus. And I picked it up in Tesco's, and they had this sort of exclusive jacket that's only available from Tesco's, and it was quite reasonable, so I picked it up. I couldn't resist it. I was going to wait for the paperback, obviously, because I have the first one in paperback, and then I just saw it and everything just went out of my head, didn't it? And I just bought it anyway. So, yeah, really cute cover. And then while I was in Tesco's, I also picked up another book, and that's this bad boy. And this is the 10th anniversary edition of Twilight, which comes with the new story, kind of new story, Life After Death. I love that it's a flip book. I love that. So yeah, this is the gender flipped Twilight. I'm reserving all judgments until I actually read it. I know it's caused like a stir on the internet, but I still love Twilight. It was very much the book that instigated me becoming a book blogger and a booktuber, so I have a lot to owe Twilight, so I'm never gonna like diss on Twilight. There are books that I've read since that I've liked more, there have been books since that I've liked less. Just how it is. But yeah, I really wanted to own this anyway. It's got sort of bonus content and all that jazz. Last two books. I picked up Saga Volume 1. I've wanted to read this for a really long time. I'm not really a big manga or graphic novel reader. I don't really haul any of them on my channel. It's not that I don't like them, but I don't like them as much as reading a normal fiction book, like printed book. But I've heard so much about this series that I wanted to at least give Volume 1 a try. So yes, I'll let you know my thoughts on that. And then the last book that I have to show you is another one that I pre-ordered, and that's Furiously Happy by Jenny Lawson. I literally love this cover so much. I love these like shiny like triangles on here. It's brilliant, and I love the stoned raccoon. This very much reminds me of the raccoon from Guardians of the Galaxy. I had to own this cover. I just love it so much, and the end papers are also awesome. Jenny Lawson wrote Let's Pretend This Never Happened, and I have it up there. I haven't got to it yet, and I do want to read that one before reading this one. But it's a funny book about horrible things, and essentially I needed that cover for the raccoon. Not even gonna lie. So that's everything for this haul, guys. I'm sorry if I overwhelmed you, but I really wanted to get these hauled because they were starting to really pile up. If there's any books in this haul that you have read, if you've either loved or hated them, let me know in the comments down below. I always love to know. Have I added any of these to your wish list? I'd like to know that as well. And so yeah, comment down below, and thanks so much for watching. I'll see you all soon. Happy reading, guys.